At 5:30, a community meeting at San Francisco City Hall set to get underway to call on the mayor to end the policy of evicting families from city shelters after 90 days. That policy is designed to get families out of temporary shelters and into more permanent housing situations. But advocates worry the evictions will only put families out on the streets. Well, Lauren Tom spoke with two parents facing eviction who say finding new housing isn't so simple.
Jose and Maria walk the marbled corridors of San Francisco City Hall, hoping their voices may open a door. They fled violence in Honduras with 3 kids in tow, with hopes of a safer life. But now that hope is fading as they face eviction and life back out on the street.
We were in the streets practically. People that we met would loan us their cars so we could spend the night there.
The family of 5 is staying in a city shelter for now, facing the city's pre-pandemic policy of eviction after a 90-day stay. The city also offers 2 30-day extensions, which Jose and Maria have already been granted. Now they could be back out on the street by Thursday, and that reality has taken a physical toll.
My husband almost collapsed. They had to take him to the emergency room because he had low oxygen.
According to a 2024 count by the city, there were more than 400 unhoused families, nearly double the count in 2022. Maria and Jose say they're eager to move out of a shelter and into permanent housing. But in San Francisco, the high rent prices make that goal nearly impossible on his wages as a sanitation worker with no line of credit.
The only thing I ask for that I will get the opportunity to have housing that I can pay for it.
Their message has reached city leaders, including Board of Supervisors President Raphael Mandelman, but he says shelters must remain a temporary resource.
There's more than 300 families who do not have shelter, who are on the shelter waiting list. And so if shelter becomes the long-term housing for people, we've lost our shelter as a resource. One of the things that I think is worth considering is that after this policy first went into effect, the rate of getting families out of shelter and into permanent supportive housing significantly increased.
But Supervisor Jackie Fielder has introduced legislation to rescind the 90-day policy.
The premise of this policy is that families do not have the motivation and are the problem, where they're actually facing real systemic barriers like any regular person would. Finding housing in the Bay Area is finding affordable housing.
For Jose and Maria, the next few days are crucial.
More than anything, it's the health of my children. That's what gives me strength, because there was no help in my country, and that's why I'm here.
Waiting not just for housing, but for stability in the place they now call home.
Well, the Department of Homelessness and Supportive Housing issued a statement saying it understands the path to housing can be challenging for families, but, quote, our goal is to keep individuals and families processing through the system, providing the resources and assistance they need to achieve long-term housing stability.